Hey there, what is up you guys? I am Jerry and welcome back to the channel, The Chicago Griller. This is the show where I share my favorite tips, tricks, and recipes for the Weber Q. If you think that I can help you out, hit the like button and subscribe. If you joined me last week, you saw I made a great smoked mac and cheese recipe on the Weber Char Q. It was delicious, but I ended up with a heap of leftover Gouda. So when brainstorming ways to use it up, it occurred to me, stuffed Gouda burgers. Stay with me after the intro and I'll show you how to grill these up. I'll be forming my stuffed Gouda burgers with this Cuisinart 3-in-1 burger press. I'll quickly demonstrate why this is a 3-in-1 press. In the top of the lid, you'll find a smaller mold. This is perfect for sliders. I don't need it today, so I'm just going to set it aside. Now these two larger pieces together work like a standard burger press. Easy. Now here's the 3-in-1 trick. Pop the lid into two pieces, and you'll see that the outer ring of plastic in the lid has been removed. So when you press these two pieces together, it will now form a stuffed burger pocket. So to demonstrate, I have 3 to 4 ounces of lightly rolled ground beef. That's about 200 grams. Again, to form a stuffed burger, make sure to separate the lid into its two components. Then press down into the mold. This burger press is supposed to be non-stick, but you do still need to gently pull the lid and mold apart so that you don't tear your burger patty. And there you go. Check out this perfect stuffed burger pocket. At this point, fill your stuffed burger pocket with whatever you want. Obviously, I am using shredded Gouda. Feel free to get super creative with this if you desire. I actually also have some leftover raclette cheese, so I'm going to fill one of my stuffed burger patties with that raclette as well. And well, of course, more Gouda. Once your pocket has been filled, cap it off with another 3 to 4 ounce ball of ground beef. Snap your lid back together because we don't want a pocket on top of the burger, and press down into the mold. Now, gently remove from your press, and when you do so, you should find a perfectly formed stuffed burger patty. Inspect your patty, because if you see any cheese kind of poking out still, just gently use your fingers and kind of tuck that back into the interior of your stuffed burger patty. That's not going to prevent it from leaking out on the grill, but it will seal in most of it. Anyways, at this point, let's prep our burgers for the grill. Just like you do with regular patties, you want to hit it with a thin layer of olive oil. Gently work that into a smooth single layer on top of your patties. Once that step is complete, we're going to hit it with some seasonings. And today, I'm just going to stick with salt and pepper. Any type of burger seasoning will do at this point, or even a simple blend of salt, pepper, garlic, but today I'm just sticking with salt and pepper. No matter what you do use, apply to taste, then gently pat that into each patty. Don't forget to repeat the process on the other side. And now, let's grill. It is an absolutely frigid day here in Chicago, but that's not stopping me. Today I have my Weber Q2000 preheated to a medium-high heat. As you can see, I've also installed a Weber Q griddle, but this is optional. To begin, I'm laying the first few burger patties on the grill grates side of my grill. And I've prepared 3 patties today. My third and final patty will go on the griddle side. I don't find the cook time between the grates and griddle to be any different, but I will explain why I have the griddle installed in just a little bit. After shutting the lid and letting the burger patties cook for about 5 or 6 minutes, it's time to give them a flip. And as I turn these patties, you'll see they are holding together quite nicely. So that extra step of smoothing out the edges is working out for me. Although it's starting to squeeze out of this griddle one a little bit. But that's okay. Let's shut the lid and let these cook for another 5 or 6 minutes or so. After about 10 to 12 minutes of total cook time on your grill, it's time to pull these off. And yeah, you'll see the cheese is starting to spill out some of these burger patties. It's a bit more pronounced on the griddle because it's got nowhere to go, but that's okay. These do look and smell delicious on this very, very frosty day. I said this before in a previous video, and there is absolutely no science behind it, but I think burgers just taste better in bad weather. Maybe it's just from the satisfaction of braving the elements. I don't know. Anyways, at this point, I'm going to explain why I installed the optional Weber Q griddle for this cook. Let me just scrape off some of that cheese, as well as spread out some of that grease into a thin layer on the griddle. And I'm doing all this because I think these stuffed Gouda burgers will pair very nicely with some caramelized onions on top. So I've sliced up about half of an onion, and I'll make sure they're nice and separated and even, and I'll just cook them and toss them occasionally until they're nice and caramelized. Hopefully this doesn't take long because it is really dang cold out here. Once the onions are browned and I've toasted up a couple of brioche buns, I'm going to head inside to assemble. To assemble, I've got a toasted brioche bun and I'm going to spread a layer of mayonnaise on that bottom bun. Next up, adding a few greens to create the illusion of health here. This is baby spinach. Next up is our star, which is the stuffed burger patty. And you'll see this particular patty has held up really nicely. Not much leakage at all. Once the patty has been placed, next come the caramelized onions. And finally, to top it all off, we have the top bun with some Dijon mustard. Cap this all off and enjoy. Now, I know this looks really great whole, but you're probably wondering what it looks like on the inside. And look at that. As soon as I get a knife into that burger, some of that cheese and some of that juice is coming straight out the side. But see, check out that middle. The cheese is super nice and gooey inside the burger patty. That's exactly what you're looking for in your stuffed burgers. Now, I will note that today was an extremely cold day to be cooking. So after about 10 minutes of grilling time for my burgers, you'll notice they were a little bit more on the medium rare side. So if you want your ground beef in your stuffed burgers to be a little bit more well done, go cook closer to the 12-minute mark. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching today. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content of this video. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all again next week. Bye.